Hey everybody, Jersey Shore Jeff here, bringing the Jersey Shore to your door. Today we're in one of my favorite shore towns, beautiful Asbury Park, New Jersey. But this isn't your typical boardwalk stroll, restaurant review, or beach video. Nope, today things are about to get a whole lot more colorful. We're heading into the legendary Asbury Lanes, a couple blocks off the boardwalk, for another Roper Romp. Now, if you've watched the New York network for a while, you know this isn't my first Roper Romp. I've covered a couple of these events already, and honestly, I think there's going to be many more in the future because these videos always seem to be a hit with you guys. I did one on the Atlantic City Boardwalk last year. I also covered one at the Boogie Nights nightclub over at the Tropicana in Atlantic City. I also covered one at the Martel's Tiki Bar. Again, this one's in Asbury Park, and from what I understand, there is another one this coming August on the Atlantic City Boardwalk. I'll definitely cover that one as well. But today, it's all about Asbury Park and one of the most entertaining gatherings you'll ever see, because today, dozens of Helen Ropers and other cast of characters are taking over Asbury Lanes. Let's go check it out. A Roper Romp is a gathering of people dressed as one of television's most memorable sitcom characters, Helen Roper. Helen was the landlady on the hit 1970s, early 1980s sitcom Three's Company. If you watched television back then, you definitely remember her. She had a personality that was larger than life, a quick wit, and of course, those legendary caftans. Bright colors, wild patterns, big chunky plastic necklaces, short curly hair. She had the look that was instantly recognizable. And somehow, all these years later, Helen Roper has become a pop culture icon. People all over the country now gather for these Roper Romps to celebrate the character, have fun, and simply enjoy dressing up. And let me tell you, they go all out. Asbury Lanes is right up the street here, and before we head inside, let's take a moment to appreciate this place. Asbury Lanes isn't just another bowling alley. The place is iconic. It's one of the most unique venues anywhere on the Jersey Shore. The original Asbury Lanes dates back to the early 1960s and became known as one of the coolest bowling alleys in America. Over the years, it evolved into something much bigger than bowling. It became a concert venue, a gathering place, a destination. It developed a reputation for attracting musicians, artists, and creative people from all over. And in a town like Asbury Park, that's saying something. Asbury Park itself has always had a deep connection to music and the arts, so Asbury Lanes fit right in. A few years ago, the venue underwent a major renovation, but thankfully they preserved its retro personality. Walking in there feels like stepping back in time. It's modern, but it's vintage, and that's a hard thing to pull off. As soon as I step inside, I hear laughter, music, people talking, and then I see them, Helen Ropers, everywhere. Red wigs, caftans, chunky necklaces, animal prints, floral prints, sparkles, bright colors. I don't think I've seen this many Ropers gathered in one place ever. And honestly, it's fantastic. Everybody's smiling, everyone's laughing, everyone's taking pictures. The energy here is incredible. Now, I should mention something. Inside Asbury Lanes, it's pretty dark, and I did my best during the editing to brighten everything up without completely destroying the video quality. Hopefully you'll still appreciate the atmosphere because it's a really cool venue. Also, the DJ here was playing some fantastic music. Unfortunately, as you guys know, copyright rules being what they are, I cannot include those songs in this video. Believe me, I wish I could. The music was great, but rather than risk getting hit with a copyright claim, I replaced it with my own background music. Wah wah. That's one of the realities of being a YouTube creator. Sometimes you have to make adjustments, but hopefully you'll still get the full experience.
What we do here is go back.
One of my favorite things about these events is the creativity. There's like no two Helen Ropers that are exactly the same. Some go for the screen accuracy, some create their own version, some are funny, some are glamorous, some are downright outrageous, and every single person is having fun. Then you start noticing some other familiar faces. There's a Stanley Roper here, a Chrissy Snow. I've even spotted a few Jack Tripper inspired outfits. The creativity people bring to these events never ceases to amaze me. It's not just a costume party, it's almost like a giant reunion of people who all share the same sense of humor. Now let's take a look around this incredible venue. One of the first things you'll notice is that Asbury Lanes is pretty big. The bowling lanes themselves have that classic retro feel. The lighting, the colors, the decor, it all screams vintage Americana. And then you have that massive stage. Over the years, some incredible acts have performed here. This place has hosted concerts, parties, fundraisers, comedy shows, all kinds of special events. And then there's the bars, plural, there's more than one. And today they're doing some serious business because these Helen Ropers know how to have a good time. And then there's the dance floor, which is getting a pretty serious workout today as well. One of my favorite parts of Asbury Lanes is the diner. It perfectly matches the entire vibe of this place. It's like stepping into the 1950s. The colors, the seating, the atmosphere, it's nostalgic, it's fun. It's exactly what you want inside an old school bowling alley. I absolutely love that they kept the retro style alive. Honestly, one of the best parts of this event is simply standing back and watching people laugh, watching strangers become friends, watching everyone pose for photos. It's impossible not to smile. I don't care who you are. If you spend 10 minutes at a Roper Romp, you're probably going to leave in a better mood than when you arrived. The happiness is really contagious. Some people ask me, Jeff, why do you keep going to these Roper Romps? And the answer is pure and simple: because they're fun. In a world where there's so much negativity, events like this are refreshing. People are laughing, dancing, meeting new friends, creating memories, and honestly, that's what the Jersey Shore is all about. Good times, good people, and unforgettable experiences. That American flag over the bar is made entirely out of bowling balls. You know what? Come the next Roper Romp in Atlantic City, I just might get all decked out, so stay tuned for that. You know, in today's world, people are looking for ways to connect, to laugh, to have fun, to forget about stress for a few hours, and that's exactly what events like this provide. Trust me, nobody here is taking themselves too seriously. Nobody's worried about looking silly. Everyone's simply here to enjoy themselves. And honestly, I think that's part of why these Roper Romps have become so popular. They bring people together, people from different backgrounds, different ages, different places, all united by a television character from 40 years ago. That's pretty amazing when you think about it. So leave a comment below. When I go to Atlantic City's Roper Romp this year, should I go as Helen Roper? About 10-20% of the Mrs. Ropers here are men. Or should I go as Jack Tripper or Stanley Roper or even Chrissy Snow? Leave a comment below. I had an absolute blast today. I have an absolute blast every time I come to Asbury Park, and the Mrs. Ropers once again did not disappoint. Asbury Lanes proved why it's one of the coolest venues at the Jersey Shore, and this entire event was just one giant celebration of fun. So if you've never attended a Roper Romp before, put it on your bucket list. Grab a caftan, throw on some costume jewelry, put on a red wig, and join the fun, because trust me, you'll fit right in. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.